Today I will show you 3 healthier chicken sandwiches that are made in under 20 minutes. The start of every sandwich is of course the chicken. In this case I will use 1 chicken thigh per sandwich. As long as you remove the skin where most of the fat is stored and trim off the excess fat, chicken thighs have relatively good macros. 100 grams of thighs have only 30 calories more than 100 grams of breast and are perfect for these kinds of recipes because they are more tender and also way easier to cook. However, thighs are relatively small in comparison to breast. One of these thighs weighs 120 grams. Before cooking, I will season them on both sides, and for this recipe I will add half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, quarter a teaspoon of chili powder, and lastly, very important, half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. I will rub these spices into the meat, and now you have the choice between baking them in the oven at 200 degrees Celsius at 400 F for 12 minutes, frying them in a pan, or what I will do is to use an air fryer. I usually make them in here because it's just the most convenient. I will preheat it to 190 degrees Celsius or 375 F for 3 minutes and then air fry the thighs for 12 minutes. Also, halfway through after 6 minutes, I usually flip the chicken once so both sides get in contact with the bottom and develop some extra browning. Okay, in the meantime I will make a sauce, and it starts with a ripe avocado. I will slice it into halves. You will only need one side, the other goes into the fridge. Then place a bowl on a scale and add in 30 grams of cream cheese with 0.2% fat, also known as fat-free. Then scoop out the flesh from the avocado, this weighs 70 grams, add in a small pinch of salt, freshly ground black pepper, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and then I will add a jalapeno hot sauce for some heat that tastes amazing in combination with avocado. 10 grams of this goes into the bowl. Now with a fork, smash and mix everything until you get a nice creamy and thick consistency. This sauce is amazing and can be used for so many things as a dip or a topping. Now I will use a regular burger bun that has 200 calories. If you live in an area however where they say low carb buns that have a ton of fiber, use them. They usually have only half the calories and taste still great, but I don't have any of them here right now, so I will just use the regular ones. What I always do with buns is to heat up a pan to medium, add a little bit of olive oil, and now add in the buns and toast them while moving them around. This will make sure that they will develop an evenly distributed color. This step takes only a minute or so. Be careful to not burn the buns, that happens very quickly. Alright, so let's build. First thing that goes on top of the bun is half of the avocado cream cheese spread. Then I will top this with my chicken thigh that will be cooked by now. I will also add 15 grams of shredded mozzarella cheese, and lastly the other half of the avocado spread, and there you go. This beauty comes in with 563 calories, 36 grams of carbs, 30 grams of fat and 36 grams of protein. The next recipe starts again with seasoning the chicken thigh. This time I will add salt, freshly ground black pepper, quarter teaspoon of cumin, and then half a teaspoon of turmeric. Rub everything into the meat and air fry this for 12 minutes at 190 degrees Celsius or 375 F. For this recipe I will preheat the pan to medium and add in 4 grams of olive oil. Now add in 1 sliced yellow onion, this weighs 50 grams. Add a pinch of salt and fry this now for the entire 12 minutes that the chicken is in the air fryer under occasional stirring until it develops a nice brown color with some burnt spots. This will taste absolutely incredible on top of the chicken later on. In the meantime, I will make a healthy ranch sauce. This starts with buttermilk. This has only 35 calories and 1% fat and will add a nice tang to the sauce. 15 grams or 1 tablespoon will go into the bowl. Next is 15 grams of skyr. You can also use Greek yogurt. Then I will add a teaspoon of 5 grams of mustard, 5 grams of honey to add some sweetness, and then a small pinch of salt, freshly ground black pepper, half a teaspoon of onion powder and half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Now mix this until it turns into a brownish sauce. This is also something that tastes amazing on top of grilled vegetables. Okay, let's build. I will start again with toasted buns, and then I will add half of the ranch sauce as a bottom layer. Next is my chicken thigh. Then I will add 1 slice of American cheese. This has 60 calories, and then my grilled onion on top. The chicken and the onion will melt the cheese because they still will be hot. Add the rest of the sauce on top, and there you go. This beautiful chicken sandwich comes in with 538 calories, 47 grams of carbs, 25 grams of fat and 35 grams of protein. The last sandwich starts again with seasoning. This time I will add freshly ground black pepper, a pinch of salt, half a teaspoon of garlic powder and then a couple of dashes oregano. This will add a nice herby flavor. Rub everything in and into the air fryer it goes. Again 12 minutes at 190 C or 375 F. This time I will add some fresh veggies. I will chop up 1 big leaf of Roman lettuce. I will cut 1 thick slice of tomato and then 2 slices of yellow onion. By the way, if I have leftover vegetables like onion, I simply wrap them into plastic wrap and store them in the fridge. They will last for a couple of days. For this recipe you will need a blender because you will make a simple cheese sauce. First I will start with 100 grams of cottage cheese. This is one of the best protein sauces you can buy. Then I will add 20 grams of skimmed milk to help this blending. If you have a smaller blender you won't need to add this. I will add a small pinch of salt, freshly ground black pepper and about half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. So, blend this now for about 30 seconds. You might take off the blender to shake it because the cottage cheese sticks sometimes on the edges of the blender. Blend it until it becomes a nice creamy consistency, almost like mayonnaise. Now I will transfer everything into a microwave safe container and add in 1 slice of American cheese. This has 60 calories. I will rip it into pieces and microwave this on medium heat for 20 seconds, just until the cheese is melted. Then I will add it back into the blender and mix it again for 15 seconds, and you will end up with an amazing creamy cheese sauce that is not only nice on sandwiches, but also on top of chicken and rice or potatoes. Okay, let's build. First, my toasted buns. Then I will add a couple tablespoons of my cheese sauce, the lettuce, the fresh tomato, the onions. Then I will add the chicken thigh, and lastly again a nice amount of cheese sauce. I will only use half of that. I need to make more because of my blender. This chicken sandwich comes in with 476 calories, 40 grams of carbs, 19 grams of fat, and 38 grams of protein. To turn a sandwich into a full meal, you should absolutely check out my video on how to make perfect air fryer fries. So click on this video and see you there.